You know what always works perfectly? RESO conferences. It's always perfectly smooth. No, fantastic people here, really excited. I have the honor of introducing your chair. Most of you, I think probably all of you, know Rebecca Jensen. She is the CEO of MRED. She's the chair of our board of directors. She's on the board of directors for Broker Public Portal. She's the chair of MLS Grid. She wears many hats. She's been a multi-session chair of RESO, and it really is a gift to our organization to have someone with the history and the experience and the intellect and just the broad capabilities of understanding this industry. Now, we had a little bit of an interesting mix-up this morning. These things happen sometimes, but we still think we can deliver you a quick message from your chair and keep the party rolling here. So.
RESO members, how are you this morning? Happy opening day, welcome. I am your chair, Rebecca Jensen, CEO of MRED. Thank you so much for being here with us in San Diego. We're excited to kick off the event. I wish I could be with you in person this morning, but an emergency meeting just pulled me away. But I'm happy to be able to share some opening thoughts with you. RESO is doing amazing new things for our industry. The power of technology is being seen right here today during our conference. New technology companies come to RESO to bring innovative ideas and products to help us do business better. We're all lucky to be able to work in this environment at RESO with incumbent and brand new prop tech companies. Thank you for being RESO members and supporting our cause. Technology is great, but real people in person are better, which is why I'm actually here in person. This is just one of Sam's silly AI demonstrations. It's not actually my voice, but it sounds real, right? Like we said in the spring, every event needs one AI demonstration, so we're getting it out of the way in the first 5 minutes. Allow myself to introduce myself, Rebecca Jensen.
That took 1 minute of video training. 1 minute of Rebecca's video training in AI to do that. Brave new world, we're gonna keep talking about this stuff. Your chair.
Which I had no idea about that until just 5 minutes ago. So I can't wait until I can get AI to do all the rest of it too. But until then, you're stuck with me, so sorry about that. It is my pleasure to be here today and see what a growing community we have at RESO, and in such, might I add, a beautiful setting. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm from Chicago, and so it is my pleasure to come to beautiful San Diego to experience not just the awesome things that are gonna happen here at the conference, but also the beautiful weather. And I love to listen to the local news when I come in. I came in on Sunday and turned on the TV, and there was the news weather team there. This poor woman outside in her parka, shivering in the 60-degree weather. It's all relative, right? And she said something like, you know how the weather in California is pretty steady, and you might wonder why there is actually a weather team here. And then the obligatory bar chart pops up where all of the bars were identical for the entire week. And she said, the reason you have a weather team is coming right up. You need to stay tuned, and there is a breaking weather alert that you need to know. And so I'm like, okay, I've got the hook. I'm from Chicago. I know that you need to pay attention to these sort of things. So I listened to, I don't know, 20 or 30 different solar panel installation commercials, and like some guy installing windows by standing on his window. I'm not really sure what that was about. And then she comes back shivering and says, okay, the breaking alert is tomorrow morning. It's going to drizzle. And was just like, sweet, I can go outside. I did not bring a parka, but I do want to thank Suzanne and Sam and the entire RESO staff for bringing us here. And I think that that's one of the fun things, one of the many fun things of coming to the RESO conferences in person is not just the awesome venues, but to be able to contribute to the standard and be able to grow the organization. Yeah, I'm one of those people that are on Facebook, and I get the alerts that come up and say, hey, 9 years ago, this is what you were doing. And sure enough, there I was on stage at a RESO conference, and the room size was, maybe from this row, I don't even think there was an aisle. And it was in 2014 in Las Vegas, Monte Carlo. How many of you in the audience were there? Do you remember Las Vegas then? So few, some of us. But at the time, I was looking at my slide deck. It definitely did not include AI, although it did talk about the membership of RESO. And so I actually was able to dig up this really ugly PowerPoint slide deck and say, what were the numbers then? In less than 10 years. At the time, we boasted 7 brokers that had become RESO members. We had 58 MLSs, which we started with just a handful of MLSs. And so I remember feeling equally proud for the growth back then, 9 years ago. And then we had 49 vendors. And so you can see, I love the graphic here, how far we have all come. And it really does take all of us to contribute to the shared vision for what it is we're trying to develop at RESO, and how it's not just something that is a promise. It actually is boiling down to reality that is catching on across the entire world. We have now 100 plus tech companies, 500 plus MLSs representing 1.5 million subscribers. Still only 33 brokers, so if you can help us with that. But, coming from 7 brokers to 33, if you did the percentages, that's still pretty decent. But then we're also across the world now and growing. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you for helping the growth and the development and just really contributing to the vision of what is possible. And it really is making a difference, or we would not be continuing to grow and get the now international notice that we are getting. So with that, I just want to just take a moment and ask if you could help me thank the staff, because while it takes volunteers, without the staff, this would not happen. So Sam, Suzanne, and the rest of the staff, please take our thanks. And with that, I would love to turn it back over to Sam, or whatever AI he has in store. I have no idea. So thank you very much for being here.